1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
Right. When he shall put down all authority and power, as we just read to you in Daniel 2:45, right? Go on.
For he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet.
Right, he shall reign until he hath put all enemies under his feet. So like I said, the number one nation on the list is the so-called white man, which is Esau and Edom. Number 2 is Ishmael, the so-called Arabs. Alright, and then you also have the people of Elam, which is those different East Indians and those Iranians. They're going to be taken out. And then the Asherites, which are those Syrians, which used to rule during the Babylonian era, and also sort of their empire, the Assyrian empire, they're going to be subdued as well. The Moabites, the so-called Chinese, the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese. So these are all of the enemies of the Lord, these nations right here.
Don't forget the Hamites.
Right, and the Hamites too. But you have the Canaanites and all of that, man. So they're going to be all subdued under the vibration of Israel, man. Or should I say one embedded under the foot of Israel. So I'll tell you what we're going to do, brother. Give me Psalms 83. And this particular chapter right here shows you the enemies of Israel.
The book of Psalms chapter 83. A song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Meaning they come up against us by the multitude.
And they hate thee that have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, consulted against thy hidden ones. Go on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
You know, it's funny too, the nations that we're going to read unto you, Israel is scattered amongst all these other nations. So all of the governments around the world, they're making sure that they keep Israel suppressed, so that they don't wake up to who they are. Go on.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, and you better believe as well that the government, they know who the so-called Negro is. They know who the so-called Latinos and Native American Indians are. They know that you are the real children of Israel. You are the real Jews. But they relabeled you, Indian, Native American Indian, that labeled you so-called African American, that labeled you Hispanic, Puerto Rican, all right, Brazilian, and what have you. But really, that's not who you are. Who you are is what you see right here. Kind of camera this out, bro. That's who you are, all right. And the so-called white man knows about this. I'm talking about the powers that be. They know who we are. It was prophesied that they would know who we are. As we read it to you, read on.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
That's why you have the UN building. And if you notice, there's not one country where Jake is represented. There's no country in the UN that represents Jake. Or somebody that represents Jake in the UN building. Alright? So that's showing you right there. Go on.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites.
Right, it says the tabernacles of Edom, the house of Edom, which is the so-called white man. Go on.
And the Ishmaelites of Moab.
And the Ishmaelites is the so-called Arabs. And Moab, the so-called Chinese. Go on.
And the Hagarenes,
which are those different Hamitic nations. Go on.
And Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek.
Right, and Ammon, which is the so-called Japanese. And Amalek, which is the so-called Jews. And they're really the ones responsible for the downfall of our nation, man. Alright? Go on.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them.
Right, the Syrians. Go on.
They have opened the children of Lot. Selah.
Right, that's the Moabites and the Ammonites. Go on.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites. I believe the Midianites are the Arabs, these different Arabic nations. Go on.
As to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, or Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth. They became a bunch of nobodies. They were destroyed. Okay, now what we can do, brother, you're going to get a precept, aren't you? Oh yeah, give me Isaiah 14, verse start from verse 2.
Isaiah chapter 14 verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of
So we're
Israel.
going to possess all of them nations that we just named. We're going to possess the so-called white man and his land. We're going to possess the so-called Arabs. We're going to possess the so-called not so-called Arabs, right? The so-called Arabs, which are those Ishmaelites, and we're going to possess those East Indians and those Persians as well. What is it? Elamites. We're going to possess those Semitic nations. We're going to possess those Asherites, which are those Assyrians that's down there in Baghdad and other areas. All right. And those the Hamitic nations as well we're going to possess. All of them. Go on.
And shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they were.
By that being the case, I say, well, brother, give me Jeremiah 50. You can start from verse 19. Start from verse 17. Jeremiah 50, verse 17.
Jeremiah chapter 15, chapter 50, verse 17. Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria hath devoured him, and the last this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, hath broken his bones. Therefore thus saith the Lord power of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead.
I think it's Isaiah 50 verse 11 where it speaks about, not Isaiah 50 verse 11 where it speaks about how we're going to be like a thresher to the nations. We're going to thresh the nations, I believe. Right, the battle axe. Indeed will I break in pieces the nations.
Isaiah.
And that's Jeremiah 50.
Yeah, it's like that. Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah 50, right. Because I wasn't quoting it right, you see.
51.
Wait, there's a
One of my favorites.
And 20, my bad. Jeremiah 51 verse 20.
Jeremiah chapter 51.
No, it's my bad. Verse 20.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Right, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms, and you better believe Yahawashi is going to be within that. Let's we just read to you how the Lord through Yahawashi was going to subdue all of the nations. Matter of fact, read that again in 1 Corinthians 15, and then we're going to go back to that. Just take your time, brothers. It's all right.
Let's start from one where I was at.
Where was you at?
1 Corinthians 15, verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down, when he shall put down all rule and all authority and power.
Yeah, and that's going to be a fulfillment of Jeremiah 51 verse 20. Okay, go on.
For he must reign till he hath put all his enemies under his feet.
So we're gonna stop there. We're gonna go right back to that chapter right there. Jeremiah 51 verse 20,
I
brother.
just hope it's somewhere like
Man, that's a fat ass woman right there. She gotta lose some damn weight.
Jeremiah 51 and 20, thou art my battle axe and weapons of
Yep.
war.
Right.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
Right, and with thee I will break in pieces the nations, man. You see? That's just the whole ordeal. So that's what the Lord is gonna do. The Lord is gonna be spearheading that deal. And we're gonna come right behind him and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna be destroying these people out here, man. But see, right now we're just talking. It's the time to talk and to speak the prophecies, bro. But when it's all said and done, when the Most High rises up in the air and we get raised up, we're gonna be doing a lot of destroying, man. With the spiritual power. That's what's gonna go down officially. Go on.
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider.
Yeah.
And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Right.
With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman.
Right.
And with thee will I break in pieces old and young.
Right, so we're gonna break in pieces man and woman and old and young. So we're gonna have that spiritual power to do something like that. That's why the scripture says, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the plate. Because if we go ahead and do that right now, like I said last week, you're gonna find yourself under the jail cell, man. First and foremost, they're gonna grab you up and they're gonna toss you in that bullet van and they're gonna beat you to a bloody pulp. And your ass is going to jail, they're gonna take you to that court system and you're gonna go through it. Alright? So right now we gotta wait up on the Lord and use be wise in what we're doing out here, man. Go on, brother.
I lost it.
Jeremiah.
And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock.
So that's war, man. I'm gonna say it like Benjamin. That's war. That's war, man. Go on, bro.
And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen.
Yeah.
And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. I will also, I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea and their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord Yahawashi.
That time is gonna come and we just gonna start swinging swords left, right, hand, and center. Heads are gonna be flying off, man. Body parts are gonna be separated from one another. Blood and gore. Hey, man, we're gonna be behind all of that real soon. But right now we gotta be easy and just be simple with ourselves, man, and not get too over ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You know, you getting all emotional. You want to knock crackers upside the head. You knock the cracker upside the head right now. Like I said, you gonna be in jail doing time. Okay, go on, bro.
Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain.
Right, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. So the Lord, this is talking about the so-called white man. Because he's the destroying government which destroyed the earth, pursuant to what is it, the book of Revelations. The Lord said, I will destroy them which destroy the earth. So this is the destroying government. Alright? That's just the deal. Go on, brother.
Saith Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth.
Which destroyed all the earth. See? What chapter is that?
Jeremiah 51 and 25.
And that's what it says in Revelation. So let's read that one more time. Start from the top. Read it from the top.
Jeremiah 51 verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain.
Right.
Saith Yahweh, which destroyed all the earth.
Right, which destroyed all the earth. And that's the Roman system that we're under right now. The so-called white man. He's the guy that's destroyed the earth. The powers that be that destroyed the ordinance thereof. Alright? Mixing seeds in your food got people sick and anemic to death. And all kinds of nonsense going on out there. Got people confused, discombobulated like never seen before. Alright, got the so-called nigger woman going crazy, bugged out. So the Most High is gonna repay the things that Esau has done. Alright, transgressing his way of transgressing his laws and doing away with the ordinance of nature the way he created it, just so they can bring in something new. So Most High's gonna get them for that, man. Go on, brother.
And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks.
So that's showing you right there that this brother, if you can pick that sound up for me, Baba Kusha. So this is gonna be the guy that's gonna destroy Esau, man. That's the man that's gonna destroy Esau. Okay? He's gonna be the guy. We ain't gonna destroy Esau. Alright? This is gonna be the man that's gonna do it right here. He's gonna be doing the destruction on the so-called white man, man. Alright? And then we gonna get busy. After we got his ass to slavery, we gonna really get busy too, man. And I'm gonna be setting up a lot of torture chambers too. And I'm gonna be sitting there while his ass is getting tortured. And I'm gonna enjoy every last bit of it, man. Alright? I'm gonna enjoy every last bit of it. Sitting a fucking cracker down on the chair, tying his ass, and cutting his fucking fingers off, man, one by fucking one. Go on, brother.
And will make thee a burnt mountain.
Right, and make thee a burnt mountain. So this whole government is going to be destroyed, man. Taken out. Alright? So what we can do is get revelations as well. Like, you know when you watch that one movie, right, that Denzel Washington made called The Man on Fire, right? He set this one guy down and he was cutting his fingers off, man, one by one. You know what I mean? And that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do to these devils personally.
Which chapter? Which chapter?
I think it's Revelations on 19.
Revelation chapter 19.
Hold on, wait there, matter of fact, get Job 12 and 23 as well. Yeah.
Job chapter 12, verse 23. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them.
Right, he increased the nations and destroyed them. And that's how the so-called white man was able to be increased. And all of the prior empires before he came in. And then at the last he destroyed them. It's kind of like, you know, you in the sea, you on the seaside or you on the beach, and you build a sandcastle to the highest you can build it up to, and you smack that shit out. So that's what the Lord has done to these nations, and he's done to Esau, and then he's going to smack them out of power. All right? Now give me Revelations 11, verse 18. Because that's what the Lord is all about. The Lord is about showing his power, man. Whether he raises up nations or he destroys them. Okay? And the Lord is magnifying his power even by what he did to us, bringing us down to a lower state. And then also he's going to raise us up, you know, to what is it, inherit glory. Pursuant to, what is it, First Samuel is the 2nd chapter. Go on, brother.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
Right, the time of the dead is talking about the nations, because they don't know who they are, so they're dead to the truth of who they are. Go on, brother.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Shall destroy them which destroy the earth. What kind of nation on the planet in a particular time or another destroy the earth? There's no other nation that did it. It has to be the so-called white man, and under his power structure. Why the earth is in disarray right now. Alright, why the weather is so confused at times, man. Like for example, say around probably like late October this year, the trees were still, the leaves were actually still standing on the tree. every winter, when the winter time comes in, all of the leaves should be off the tree. There's certain trees that are still standing like they're in spring. So that's showing you right there that the Most High set this man up to fulfill what he's doing, to destroy the earth and then destroy him and make a prime example out of him. That's what the Lord is going to do. The Lord is going to make a prime example out of this so-called white man. All right, go on, brother.
And alright, we're going into something else.
All right. So go back to 1 Corinthians 15. You know, we got people all confused and just all over the place, man. You got women thinking they men thinking they women. That's all because of the so-called white man. Because of his spreading forth of perversion.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 26. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Right.
For he hath put all things under his feet.
Right, he put all things under his feet. All of the bad things that we all didn't like, he put it right on his feet, including death. Go on.
But when he saith all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did not put all things under him.
Yeah.
And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him,
Right.
that put all things under him,
Yep.
that the Most High may be in all.
Yep.
Else, what shall they do which are baptized for the dead, if the dead rise not at all?
Yeah, the bar. I'm gonna have you read. You're going, brother.
Why are they then baptized for the dead? And why stand we in jeopardy every hour?
Right, go
I
on.
protest by your rejoicing, which I have in Hamashiach Yahawashi, our Lord,
You
I
go on.
die daily. If after the manner of men I have fought with the beast at Ephesus, what advantage it me if the dead rise not?
Right.
Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of the Most High.
And you see though, and I spoke about this man earlier before, some have not the knowledge of the Most High. Alright, and we all know who them guys are. Go on, brother.
I speak this to your shame, but some man will say, how are the dead raised up?
Right. And some men will say, how are the dead raised up? Go on.
And with what body do they come? Thou fool, that which thou suest not quicken except to die. And that which thou suest not that the body shall be, but a bare grain. It may chance of wheat, or of some other grain. But the Most High giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, another of birds. There also are celestial bodies, and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Exactly. So we have our spirits are abiding in the terrestrial bodies, but we're gonna have the extraterrestrial bodies. Go on.
There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star is different from another star in glory. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption.
Right, it is raised in corruption. You see that? So that's how death is going to be swallowed up, because our spirits are now going to evolve in those spiritual bodies, which is what I call the extraterrestrial bodies, that our forefathers had at the beginning. When you read the book of Genesis, chapter 5, where it speaks about Methuselah and people like that, men like that are almost into 1,000 years old. Okay, they will be called supermen in their time. So we're going to revert back to that all over again. Full circle. Go on.
It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory.
Right, it is sold in dishonor. We're in a dishonorable state right now, but we're going to be sold into what? Honor. Go on.
It is sown in weakness, and it is raised in power.
Exactly, go on.
It is sown a natural body,
Yeah.
it is raised a spiritual body.
Right, it is raised the spiritual body. See that? We're going to have those spiritual bodies now. So that's how death is going to be swallowed up in victory. And death comes through what? It's the flesh. Transgression of the Most High's laws. So all of that's going to be done away with, and the form is going to be forgotten about. All right? All of those things that we had to deal with throughout history, which was in the old world, which we're in the old world right now. The old world, when the new world is established, it's going to be a different thing altogether. We're going to be living good, and we're going to be living as a blessed people again. And when you look at the word blessed means to bow. So all of the nations are going to bow down to us. And we're going to be the exemplifier of the Lord's glory. Okay? That's what's going to go down, man. That's just the deal. Alright? So, yeah, read on.
There's a natural body and there's a spiritual body.
Get the bar.
And so it is written,
Yeah?
the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, and the
Yeah.
last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Uh-huh.
Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterwards that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthy, and the second man is the Lord from heaven.
But you just came. Yeah, exactly. So the what is it? The first man is what is it of the earth, and the second man is of the spirit. You see. So we're going to receive the immortality part of it. But that's if we stay true to this word. Then. Okay. Now, if you outside of this word, you ain't really going to receive that reward. Right? The reward is going to be taken. Salaki, the reward is going to be given unto the men that stood true to this belief. So I'm going to have another brother speak. I've been speaking on a thing. So yeah, you speak, brother. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't care.
What would you have? I was at 1 Corinthians 15, verse 47. Read it. The first man is of the earth, earthly. The second man is the Lord from heaven.
First is earth, all right? Flesh and blood. Because what does it say? It says all men is of dust, and to dust we shall return. There's many scriptures pertaining to that. In fact, what are you on Bula?
Yeah, you saw the blue here.
Go to Bula and type in dust. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of verses that go into read a few.
What about Ecclesiastes 12? Ecclesiastes 12.
Oh yeah, that was.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 19, and it says, for that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth the beast, even one thing befalleth them, as one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity.
Right.
All, it says, all go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again.
So it said, read that again, all to him.
It says, all go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knows the spirit of man that goes upward, and the spirit of the beast that goes downward to the earth?
Right, so it said to the dust we're going to return, man. All man is made of dust, and we all go back to the dust again. Okay? So as the brother just read, it said the first is earthly, and the second is what?
Second spiritual.
Second spiritual. We get any verses on earth and dust?
This is Genesis 2 and 7. It says, and the Lord powerful man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Man became a living soul. Okay, is there any more verses?
And what is it? The breath is talking about the wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. Okay, order. Okay.
Come on.
David doar în Ecclesiastes 8, anume.
12 verse 7.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 it says, then shall the dust